Yes, so our topic is Pharaoh. We are in item 36. Rabash writes, Pharaoh is the evil inclination that is within man's body. Again, 37. When a person begins to walk on the path of the Creator, Pharaoh, king of Egypt, is the king who rules over the bodies, to keep those who work in order to bestow, so that the bodies will resist and they will not be able to achieve the desired wholeness, which is that all his actions will be for the sake of the Creator. 38. Rabash writes, Pharaoh comes from the words para, the head, uncovered the head, meaning revealing. That is, by wanting everything within him to be revealed, or he, the king of Egypt, controls the body with the quality of Egypt, afflicting a person when he wants to do something for the sake of the Creator. So, when he wants revealing, meaning that everyone will be according to his intellect, that is, his mind will understand that it's worthwhile to do the actions, he permits man to work. Excerpt number 39, Rabash. Generally, Amalek is called the evil inclination. However, specifically, the evil inclination has many names. Our sages said the evil inclination has 7 names: evil, uncircumcised, impure, enemy, obstacle, north stone. It also has other names, such as Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and Amalek. 40. Rabash writes, Baal Sulam interprets that the Sitra Achra and the Klippa and the evil inclination are all but the will to receive. And this applies in both mind and heart. That is, the rule of Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and of Pharaoh's servants is the rule of the will to receive over the organs, meaning that all the 248 organs, when serving the will to receive, are called slaves of Pharaoh. 41. Rabash writes, Israel means Yashar El, straight to the Creator, meaning everything for the Creator. The governance of Pharaoh is the opposite, to work only for one's own sake. For this reason, the view of Kedusha means that we must work for the sake of the Creator, meaning to bestow. This discernment was in exile under the rule of Pharaoh, king of Egypt, where Mitzrayim, Egypt, has the letters of Metzar Yam, narrow sea, and it is known that narrow means scarce in Chasadim. It is like the expression narrow-eyed. 42 from Shamati 86, and they built Are Miskenot. Know for certain, etc., that they will be in exile. This means that he prepared a klippah, which is the evil inclination, an evil person, Pharaoh, king of Egypt. The letters of the word Pharaoh are like the letters of the word Orif, back of the neck, as the Ari wrote in Shal Kavanot for Pesach, that Pharaoh is considered Orif, the narrow in the sea. He would suck out the abundance that comes to the lower ones with his question, who is the Lord that I should obey his voice? By this question, they are in the hands of the Klipot. 43, Baal Sulam writes in letter 10, Pharaoh, with the letters Pe, He, Resh, Ain, initials of Pera, bad mouth. That is, the Malchut in Mochin is called Pe, mouth, meaning it is a resolution and consent not to break his word, and all that comes out of his mouth will be done. In the exile in Egypt, the ruling was that of the above-mentioned mouth, bad mouth, and they returned to evil. Thus, although they were rewarded with some upper illumination from the first 9, it could not be absorbed in the guf, body, because of the bad mouth, the opposite of Pe of Kedusha, That is, the back of the neck was blocking the abundance that comes down from the Rosh head and sucked out all the abundance that began to come down from it for Israel. This is why no slave could escape Egypt, since Pharaoh put a great charm over the openings of Egypt.
44. The Rabash writes, we find such as this in the Zohar. Rabbi Yehuda said, Rabbi Yitzchak said, Pharaoh was wiser than all his sorcerers. In their entire sight, he did not see that Israel would have redemption, and Pharaoh did not think that there is another tie of faith that governs all the forces of the Sitra Achra. This is why he hardened his heart. It followed from the words of the Zohar that Pharaoh means within reason. That is, seems irrational that they would be able to exit their authority, unless through faith above reason, for this power cancels all powers in the world. The topic we have reached is a new king arose over Egypt. Excerpt 45 from Bala Sulam, letter 10. The exile and enslavement in Egypt begin with the words, and a new king arose over Egypt, who did not know Joseph. That is, a new ruling appeared in the minds of each and every one. A newly made ruling, since they fell from their previous degree. We have said that an exiled disciple, his Rav, his teacher, is exiled with him. Thus clearly they did not know Joseph. In other words, they attained him only to the extent that they valued him in their hearts. Therefore, they depicted the image of Joseph as they themselves were. Because of it, they did not know Joseph, and the enslavement began. Otherwise, the righteous would certainly protect them, and the exile or enslavement would not be depicted to them at all.
Excerpt number 46. Rabash writes, since the evil inclination comes to a person as soon as one is born, as it is written, sin crouches at the door, meaning that as soon as one is born, the evil inclination emerges along with him, whereas the good inclination comes to a person after 13 years. Therefore, why does it say, and a new king arose, truly new? Instead, we should say that the foolish old king, who is the evil inclination, is not something new in a person. Rather, as soon as one is born, it is present. As it is written, a wild ass's colt is a man is born. 47. Rabash writes, what is and a new king arose, since he is an old king? The answer is that each time his decrees are renewed. That is, each time the evil inclination is made anew, because I have hardened his heart. It follows that anyone whose desire is greater than his is great, his inclination is greater than him. 48. From Zohar for All. And a new king arose over Egypt. He rose by himself. Those who were low rose to rule, even though he was not worthy of kingship, but rose by the power of wealth. Everything is so, like Achashverosh, who was not worthy of kingship, but rose to rule by himself and rose by the power of wealth, and wished to destroy Israel. It is the same with Pharaoh. He was not worthy of being a king, but he rose to reign by himself and wished to destroy Israel from the world. As it is written, and he said unto his people, here is the people of Israel greater and stronger than us. Let us be wise with him. And when a king arose A new king arose below, meaning appointed angel, a new king arose below.